Good day everyone, today's Toolbox Talk is about a very real and rising challenge during peak summer, heat stress. As temperatures soar, especially on construction sites or within industrial premises, we must work smart, stay safe, and protect each other from the risks of heat-related illnesses. Let's understand how heat stress impacts us and what we can do collectively to stay safe. Let's first understand what heat stress actually is. Heat stress happens when our body is no longer able to cool itself properly through sweating. This can lead to conditions like heat exhaustion, painful muscle cramps, or in severe cases even heat stroke, which can be life-threatening. Now, how does this affect us on site? You may start feeling tired very quickly, get dizzy, or notice that it's harder to concentrate. This kind of mental and physical fatigue increases the chances of making mistakes or having accidents. Your body can also get dehydrated faster and you might experience cramps, and if we ignore these early signs, it can even lead to loss of consciousness. Some of the activities that put us most at risk include welding, roofing, laying bitumen, or operating heavy equipment under direct sunlight. Working near hot equipment like boilers or furnaces also increases the heat load on the body. These tasks expose us to extreme temperatures, making it even harder for the body to cool down. That's why it's crucial to take precautions and support each other during hot conditions. Now let's talk about what each of us can do to prevent heat stress. The first and most important thing is hydration. Drink water every 20 minutes, even if you don't feel thirsty. Waiting until you're thirsty is already too late. Next, pay attention to what you're wearing. Wherever possible, choose light-colored, breathable clothing that allows your body to stay cool. Make it a point to take regular breaks in shaded or cooler areas, especially if you're doing heavy physical work. We should also plan our work smartly. Try to start early in the day, and avoid the peak heat hours between 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. as much as possible. Use the buddy system. Always keep an eye on your coworker, and encourage them to do the same for you. And most importantly, learn to recognize the warning signs of heat stress, dizziness, nausea, excessive sweating, or in some serious cases no sweating at all. These signs mean it's time to stop, cool down, and get help if needed. Personal protective equipment. We all know PPE is essential. It saves lives and protects us from many hazards. But during extreme heat conditions, there are certain exceptions we can make to stay comfortable without compromising safety. For example, where standards permit, we can replace thick, heavy helmets with ventilated ones to allow better airflow. Also, during breaks in shaded areas, it's okay to temporarily remove gloves or jackets to help the body cool down, but only during rest, not while working. We can also provide alternatives like cooling vests, breathable coveralls, or moisture-wicking fabrics to help reduce body heat while still maintaining protection. What's important here is not to skip PPE but to wear it smartly and adjust based on the conditions. And remember, any modifications must be approved by the site safety officer. Let's now talk about work rest schedules, which are especially important during extreme heat. The kind of task you do decides how often you should take breaks. For high-intensity work like excavation, loading, or bitumen laying under the sun, you should take a 15-minute break every 45 minutes. If you're doing moderate work like welding or grinding in shaded areas, then a 10-minute break every hour is generally enough. For those involved in supervision or indoor inspection tasks, which are considered low intensity, a 10-minute break every 1.5 hours works well. However, if you're assigned to very high-intensity work, like furnace or boiler area maintenance, you'll need 20-minute breaks every 30 minutes, and you must also use cooling aids during those breaks. Even for moderate tasks like electrical or plumbing work, plan to pause for 10 minutes every hour. And here's a golden rule. Every break must be taken in a shaded, well-ventilated area with easy access to water and ORS, or oral rehydration solution. These structured breaks are not just for comfort, they are critical to your safety and well-being on hot working days. As safety professionals, we have a shared responsibility to protect everyone from the effects of heat stress, and that starts with being proactive. Each day, we begin by checking the temperature and monitoring weather conditions. This helps us plan accordingly. One of the key steps we take is to adjust the work schedule, shifting physically demanding tasks to the cooler parts of the day, either early morning or late afternoon. We also make sure that there are enough shaded rest shelters or air-cooled zones available for workers to cool down during breaks. At every working zone, ORS packets, drinking water, and ice packs are kept ready and accessible. We regularly train all workers to recognize the early symptoms of heat stress and to report any discomfort immediately. No symptom is too small to ignore. A heat stress logbook is maintained to keep track of high-risk activities, and we rotate workers involved in such tasks to prevent overexposure. Before any work begins, permits are reviewed with heat stress risk in mind, and additional controls are added if needed. We also put up clear visual posters showing symptoms of heat-related illnesses and emergency contact details, so everyone knows what to look out for and whom to call in case of trouble. Stay cool, stay alert, stay safe.